This, of course, the battle is going to determine who's going to get their seat into the grand finals, and watch as a losing team descends in the fighting pit against evil geniuses.
I believe Hoodwink as well has the highest win rate with over 10 games played in this tournament so far. Good. However, it's been primarily good teams playing it, notably EG.
Yeah.
And here, of course, PSG LGD.
Getting a little pull action here, just trying to deny the Timbersaw as much as they possibly can, but truthfully, X picked up for WePlay.
That was... Did he get level 2 just then?
He might have gotten off a neutral creep dying. I wasn't actually... No.
It's the new offlaners, right? They're just unkillable. They're just hanging out.
Yeah.
Also why you typically see more of the lower farm priority heroes into mid or space makers like Batrider, because the side lanes just simply take too much farm.
And just hit him with the double slow combo here, but now showing up with is the Hoodwink. They're going on to Zephyr, the tanky Dream Protector, but that bounce of the Deuce's Snake is going to do a lot. Not quite enough to secure the first kill, but then again, it wasn't first blood, so it doesn't matter. Q, another bushwhack, and he's going to secure a second one here unless the Fairy Fire can save WePlay around the corner through the trees. Q spots him for a moment, hits him once, hits him twice, and blocks him off with the tree. Nicely played with the acorn shot.
Yep, nice battling.
Well, normally, it would be the thing, okay, you just give up this tower, right? But with a Train Protector, you kind of want to fight as much as you can for every single tower you've got.
I think Lesh is actually so good against Tree for that reason, because you don't swiddle towers. You just
they're going to try and go for it. Carl, he's going to show up here. They got the Brambles to be able to keep nothing to say back while they lasso up and finish off Faith Beyond. It may have gotten the tower, but it does cost Faith Beyond his life. I believe that's what Curtis said, was early Orb of Venom is the go-to for Timber against Spectre, because you hit her so much.
Yeah.
You kind of need that slowdown. Zephyr going to be caught out here. No tower to retreat to, and no trees to hide away in. Zephyr hop by, nothing to say. If you can't actually defend your towers, like you were saying against Leshrac, you know, you want to be able to have that maxed out Bramble, so you could just throw it out. It'll give a decent amount of CS, always pushing away. Yeah. He has been killed so many times trying to do that, so now he's going to try and join his team. Carl looking for that opening, but isn't going to be able to find it. Instead, a Yule's to split Earth, and then a Dragon Tail stun. That's where he's going to find it's death. Cuckoo Timber chains through most of PSG LGD, but is unable to have enough damage to threaten anybody, as PSG LGD, off of that initial pick off with the Batrider, easily win the fight.
Yeah, really nice move there. Fortunate for T1, they just got caught. Timber. I don't think you can take him down, but 23 Savage has no ultimates. You got to be a little cautious.
He placed a ward, de-warded the high ground ward that Q had earlier. WePlay knew part of this was here because they had a very deep ward. Oh, Faith Beyond, they're going to be able to find him because of their own ward deep in lane. They're going to be able to pick off the line pretty easily. A trap that was supposed to be originally to catch Q, then it goes to Lion, then it goes back to Q, and then it turns into a nice little play and move from the Dragonite.
I just realized they have the Hoodwink just for the break, right? Against Timbersaw and against Medusa. It removes the split shot.
It does remove the split shot. Yes, it does. Slowing down the Batrider just enough, and because of the Blade Mail, even as he walks away, he's going to be taking more damage. Dragon Tail stun put onto the Medusa, but ultimately between the Timbersaw and the Medusa, they are going to have some damage problems. So they take the Squishy Core instead. Courier coming over to reveal that D-Ward they found earlier, so which is kind of all three of their cores. Even Spectre makes use of regen to some extent because of how tanky she is, so certainly the Leshrac and Dragonite will be feeling that burn a bit. Cuckoo playing a little bit loose here, trying to stay in front of this push, but not overcommitting, and it looks like he's been caught anyway. Hoodwink shot helps finish him off. They do manage to get the stun onto Leshrac, but nobody else can really follow this.
It's going to be really interesting to see if T1 has the damage and time to deal with this. They need the Scotty, but I'm worried that they don't have enough sustained DPS. There's a lot of pressure on Cuckoo's Timbersaw here. He's going for just the straight up team fight items, you know, with mech. Oh, they got him.
Managed to get the blink, but a counter blink out from Faith Beyond. It's going to be able to hold the Batrider in place. Hoodwink shot goes out, but it's not quite enough. Carl will just barely live until the Haunt comes in. That finished him off. Meanwhile, the Winter's Curse kept 23 Savage from doing much there, but Ame has managed to clean up a couple of kills and is trying to get a third, and does manage to get it in the Timbersaw. Zephyr chasing after a Dragonite, but he knows his life is now forfeit. Is trying to run away, but Faith Beyond is saying, you're not going anywhere. Body blocking him to death and getting Ame 4 kills in one fight. And off of that team fight, they grab the Manta, and with the Manta, they immediately get Roshan. Now they've got a Spectre with an Aegis at 19 minutes.
That is pretty nasty. And yeah, it is Diffusal queued up.
Drop of the tree, pulling him in. Whitemon chain stun to death, 14-5. His first big team fight move, he gets caught by Yules right away, chain stun, death. Another pick off after that happens. Then he goes, he gets his Blink Dagger, tries to get to Last Rank, boom. Instantly countered by the Blink Dagger of Faith Beyond. It feels like this guy just cannot win. Blink for Blink once again. Now he's been dragon-tailed up. Oh, PSG LGD, they're just working Carl in this game. Now Winter's Curse, setting up some more kills with the Bushwhack on top of that. Nothing to say. Putting out some serious damage. Cuckoo trying to slide away, but they're going to have to leave the Deuce behind perhaps. Okay, the Stone Gaze doing a decent amount of work here. Cuckoo comes back into play, and they are going to be able to bring down Nothing to Say. Ame fully committed, does have the Aegis here, wants to be able to get the kill onto 23 Savage first, and does manage to do so. Even as he's lassoed up, he goes down now. It's up to Cuckoo and maybe Whitemon to be able to get more damage in, but yeah, they're realizing they don't have anything left. They're going to try and back out Faith Beyond. Oh, not quite catching Whitemon himself, but it does flush out that support. So the rest of his team can pick up the goose. 18-6 now, and PSG LGD using their Aegis very nicely, and that has been kind of a bit of the problem, right? They were able to hold on to their tier 1 towers because Timbersaw Dusa would not die, but every single time it felt like maybe the Train Protector was getting caught, the Bat Rider wasn't surviving. We desperately need a BKB. 23 Savage gonna be found. Not by himself though. A beautiful Earth Spike gonna be able to catch dude. Zephyr's gonna be able to follow up with the Overgrowth. Now they've got the lasso onto the Dragon Knight. They're gonna focus every bit of attention they have to be able to kill Faith Beyond. But Ame does manage to clean up one support, and now they're gonna chase after 23 Savage. Bushwhack actually does manage to catch Zephyr, so he's gonna fall next. Nothing to Say, getting in front of 23 Savage, making sure he knows he has to stand and fight. And this is a fight that's gonna be hard to win too. Another Bushwhack controlling up 23 Savage, cuts the tree, but it's too late. He's dead. Timbersaw pulled back in by the Winter's Curse. That'll lead not just to the Timber's death, but the Bat Riders as well.
Nothing to Say is insane.
Still, do you think this is a build you should always go on Last Rank, or do you think he's trying to take advantage of the fact that T1 is lacking in damage? It's just very long, drawn-out damage that's coming from T1.
Ceremonial ropes, good lord. I think it's a bit of both. I think that this is sort of the best style. Like, you feel the best when you play this way because you can just run forwards.
Not gonna let them get anything here, not even the outpost. Dusa coming forward. They do have the Overgrowth plus the Stone Gaze. They're going to be able to at least finish off the Winter Wyvern, but Nothing to Say. Saves himself a lot of grief with the Yule Scepter. He's just kind of dancing around them. Fortunately, Timberchain managed to dodge a 2-man stun, but the Dusa is being constantly controlled up, unable to get off another round of the Snake. She dies, as does the rest of the T1 cores, or at least maybe, okay, Carl's still out there somewhere, I guess, but it's still not looking great.
Like, Nothing to Say, he's literally running in circles around them in the middle of the fights. Yep. He's not a target anymore.
Yes, he is.
3K HP, oh, now the Shard, good lord. It's already hard enough to get any breathing room.
And on these stationary heroes, like the Dusa, that Shard is actually good outside of base defense.
There's a concept that they're going for. Even the Veil picked up by Jinkyu. Like the Ags for the DK, again, maximizing the damage reduction. Even talenting for it all on the Spectre with both the health and the regen talent.
Smoking on up. PSG LGD invading the triangle. Might just be able to catch somebody here. They see Zephyr. Zephyr already blinks away, but they see 23 Savage managed to get a Dragon Tail. Plus, immediately the Haunt jump in for the Spectre. Look how much mana they burned away. They chain stunned her, and she doesn't have an opportunity to get off the Snake, to get off the Stone Gaze, and now they're going to catch even more. Timbersaw underneath his own tier 3, fearing for his life, trying to get away. They're going to use the Overgrowth to be able to save him. Oh, the Winter's Curse denies the lasso pullback once again. Carl just cannot separate LGD from each other. They are playing together as a squad, as a team, and they will take game 1 in victory here.
Unbelievable. I mean, not much to say about this one. PSG LGD just near perfection once again. They have somehow gotten better since their group stage.
Yep.
And it's tough to find flaws. Like, everything from the strategy development, the way they're making moves around the map, and it's a rough game, even from the laning phase. Like, I just don't see this as a great Monkey King game unless, as Effie said, he dominates the laning phase.
Yeah.
Like, crushes it.
Director behind the scenes in this game. Really true to his name. And now has been directing LGD, and I think one of the things that... Call gonna go out, and they've got Y here to help secure the kill. Even if 23 Savage does manage to get the Jingu stacks up, there's an enchant to dispel him. Karl, he's gonna show up and try and go for the easiest kill he sees. That's the Enchantress. One more hit, gets it, jumps away. He'll be okay, gets that one kill and out, but it doesn't offset the fact that their carry has died.
We shall see. Karl is the man to watch. Top of the net worth chart, is going the Witchblade as expected, but so far hasn't really been able to get much done.
They're gonna move to the Doom first. See, I was gonna say Puck and Doom is one of my favorite combos. And I thought he would rotate up to top lane. Instead, Cuckoo is the one who's going to be the victim of PSG LGD's movement. Nothing to say, immediately going for the tower. T1 is already on their way here. Might just be able to catch this Leshrac. Nothing to say, massively overextending himself. They're going to drop the coil to make sure he does die. Whitemon, though, is going to be haunted and killed. No more haunt anymore. And silence under the puck, Karl. You could shrug that off pretty easily.
You hate games like this where all of a sudden there's team fights brewing. You don't want to get involved right now. You don't have any items.
Once again, we're seeing this Train Protector versus Leshrac, and I'm expecting to see something from T1. They're going to try and defend their tower a little bit better this time around. Going for the Axe. Axe in a nasty position. So much magic damage. This time around, T1 is successfully defending their Tier 1 safe lane tower. Maybe we'll see that living armor repair at some point in time, but I like Puck Doom because it ensures when you doom somebody, they're going to get coiled and they won't be able to run away. Sadly, Monkey King does not offer the same kind of combo.
So far, it's just the nothing to say mistake that led to a kill on a core. That should be one on a Spectre, and they should have also got a Lesh kill bottom. Instead, it's just going to be a push. There's no glyph. That is almost certainly a dead Tier 1. The hood popped will absorb a round of puck spells.
Overgrowth catching 3. They're going to try and go for the Leshrac immediately. And because of the puck damage, because of the burst, they can kill this Leshrac. Last time, nothing to say. The slow damage that was coming from T1 allowed him to empty his entire mana pool in many team fights. Unfortunately, this smoke, looking for Ame, doesn't quite connect. Unlucky.
It is, but at the same time, if that's a puck leading the charge, they're going to land the coil. Unfortunately, it's a Lion with a significantly shorter range on the spells. They've found the Eng. Karl. Oh, that heal.
Yeah, he's going to be able to stay here for a while. In fact, they're going to turn around on Karl, and they're going to go for this Doom. Cuckoo's in trouble. Slowed down. The Echo Saber hit is going to lead into a split Earth. Karl, he'll manage to get away, sure, but again, ultimates that are just not paying out. Now, okay, if they can kill him, Finger of Death, and they got him. The carry of LGD finally dies. I believe his first death so far of the series.
Either way, nice smoke gank. They have the Faith Beyond with the Blink Dagger. It's time to make a move and perhaps set up a Roche right underneath the wards T1 placed as they made those earlier maneuvers.
And they're going to run into the Doom. Cuckoo's Doom, who's a piggy bank of net worth right now. Battle Hunger slowing him down. Nobody from T1 close by to be able to protect him. Even though he is tanky, there's unlimited damage on PSG LGD. At the same time, a very big kill. Being able to, well, maybe not the biggest kill, but the fact they can pressure mid a little bit is kind of nice for T1.
They also have that perfect ward setup, although I think Karl just gave it away. They might get a kill for it anyway. Okay, works out.
As long as they get a kill for it, maybe even pressure, nothing to say. Look at him, he's quite the bold one. Just farming up a hard camp while his support is dying nearby.
It's especially annoying to play heroes like Skywrath. Even Axe can have some trouble. If you look at Faith Beyond, his mana pool is pretty limited. Diffusal burning 40 mana a hit. So a couple thwacks and suddenly you don't have anything left for a taunt.
Call it back. Boundless Strike is actually going to whiff. Unlucky. Zephyr is going to be left behind to die.
So far, so good. But you know, you got to be like, look at T1, right? The Doom. He's 0-3, but the captain of T1, still top net worth in the game, has the Midas. Went for a couple of, I'll call them build-up items. You know, Blade Mail and Hood.
Nothing to say. Slowed down to a crawl by the Diffusal. A big pickup from T1. And now they're going to turn. In a sense, okay, they're apparently going to go for a haunt, feeling like most of the abilities have been expended here, allowing the Ame Spectre just to have free reign in this team fight. But oh dear, the damage that comes out from Shin Q does manage to kill Karl. TP away from 23 Savage. Nicely played. A last-second Culling Blade was not enough to kill him. And where was the team?
Where was Cuckoo?
Cuckoo, he didn't have his TP, and he was farming earlier. Remember in that hard camp? And now he's here now, but he's got to be saved by Zephyr with the Overgrowth. He's going to fight this out by himself, apparently, with the Blade Mail. What a man! Look at him go! He's chasing down 4 members of PSG LGD, and he's going to get 1 kill. That is knowing the strength of your hero right there. That is why T1 in 10 games have only lost 1 with the Doom.
That last lineup was effectively all in on gold-based damage, right? It's Dusa. It's all Dusa.
Sure.
You need 4 items, and okay, we're actually able to fight. Whereas in this case, okay, Puck, he's online. Doom already online.
Look at Cuckoo go! They've got the 2-man coil to silence out. The Skyward Mage is low. Can Puck finish him? Or is it going to be the receiving end of a silence? That's going to be the Doom instead. Doom with the blade mail activated though. PSG LGD are still putting damage into him anyway. The Skyward Mage, that ultimate's a little bit off the mark, but Cuckoo does eventually die. And Zephyr, he's going to have some problems with nothing to say. This time around, the Leshrac did not die at the start of the team fight and was able to rule from the roost.
Holds his ultimate and held his W for a little bit because the blade mail damage would have killed him.
Yep.
And then a great Lesh stun actually allowed his ulti to rain down with blade mail having dissipated to then land kills on both enemy cores. Faith Beyond, Coil.
Coil trying to chase him away, forcing Faith Beyond to break it. Faith Beyond stands and fights and dies.
It's really annoying to play Axe against Doom. And now you have Monkey King, right? You've got all of this tank ability and pretty damn good pit defense. So expect to see them do that soon. What's Ame got? He's going Basher after Manta. Has Echo as well. It's a pretty unconventional build, I guess, just to try and pop the line. Oh, and for the Puck, of course.
Cuckoo grabs a creep, walks away, and the Split Earth will miss. As a result, Faith Beyond intercepts the Monkey King, but they can still turn around and go right back to dealing with this Enchantress. Potentially the only kill, but a double Force Staff gets him away. Now Cuckoo is the one in a tad bit of trouble here, but he is, again, very tanky, and 23 Savage is lying in wait. If PSG LGD overextend themselves, beautiful hit from Whitemod. The pre-hex on the Axe. His initiation denied. The Doom living through the Skywrath Mage ultimate, and Carl catching 3 on the coil. Now they're in trouble. PSG LGD, they're just going to get wiped in this team fight. 4 down, Ame nowhere in sight because he knows a lost team fight when he sees one. He is going to be focused on farming bottom.
But T1, they just kind of bait the trap. They catch them sleeping and then kill 4. Like, you can't fight this right now. This was where the game was equalized. We've got the one from just before. It should be pretty apparent that T1 just kind of owned him. There's really nothing you can do.
I mean, that was all luck. Whitemon basically with his pre-hex cast on the Axe won them that team fight. Once the initiation goes away and the support lives, that wasn't where he wanted to be. That's not the right King of the Hill game to be playing right now, but they can still blow up Cuckoo. He's getting low. Ame with the blade mail does manage to finish him off, and the Eul Scepter stalling up 23 Savage. They turn around though, going for Faith Beyond, going for the tanky offlaner. They might be able to kill him, but this fight may not go their way as a result. Whitemon being chased down by Jin Q and Y, the 2 supports ganging up to be able to bring down the Lion. 23 Savage looking to be able to get some revenge, but he's slowed down as the Echo Saber. He's got an Aegis, but he's got no BKB, so when he comes back, Split Earth stun, well timed by nothing to say. Jin Q will die, yes, but they just managed to kill the Monkey King twice. Carl, in desperation, is going to cut the mid wave.
At this point, that Midas advantage is going to start to disappear. Like he has no item slots left even.
Yeah,
that's
at some
the
point
issue
he's
when
going to have to trade out Blade Mail for a Shivas, trade out Pipe for an Aghanim Scepter, or consume an Aghanim Scepter, or something like that. For him to get the late game you wanted to be able to see. Cuckoo does this time around get out the BKB and LGD. They may be punished for it, but these Force Staffs are pushing nothing to say around. Does manage to get off Split Earth just on the support. 23 Savage getting on top of the Leshrac finally, surrounding him with the statues, and they put that Leshrac in the grave. But at the same time, Cuckoo will follow him off of Culling Blade. Faith Beyond looking for the fresh reinitiation. They spot Whitemon. That should be an easy kill for Ame to be able to clean up as the rest of T1 are out of here. Maybe not Zephyr. Oh, concussive shot.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Didn't quite, wasn't quite in range of the Dream Protectors, so it hit the neutral creeps instead.
Carl, no Eon Disc, went for the Eul's build. So that's the save for the Silence or for the Atos. But it requires him to be real cautious because if he's caught by a stun, or, well, an Axe Call into a Lesh stun, like, he is dead. They'll also have an Abyssal up soon on Ame.
Oh, turns around and manages to kill Faith Beyond.
He did it by himself?
The hunted becomes the hunter, it seems.
Not quite in the Wukongs, but that'll come shortly. Second row shop, this is the Shard. Do you contest it for PSG LGD?
Yes. I'm going to
Nice
say
smoke.
yes, but T1, knowing that PSG LGD is likely to contest, they're going to go for a smoke of their own. They spot the Enchantress, looking to blow him up. The Haunts is actually going to go out. Buyback out from the Enchantress. Whitemon with the Ghost Scepters, looking to be able to run away. Ame is trying to find his target, but both of these supports have Ghost Scepters. Good overgrowth is going to be able to hold some heroes in place, allowing 23 Savage to now get set up. They have the Doom on nothing to say. They're trying to chase him down. Carl gets silenced almost immediately by the Sky Earth Mage. He's turning around and fighting. He is 23 Savage now popping the Wukong's command. This damn Leshrac just will not die fast enough. Finally, they manage to get him killed, but it costs the Doom his life. Now, 23 Savage stuck in his Wukong's command and being poked at by this Enchantress. He's not going to let him be able to jump away to the trees. He's not going to be able to get out of here unless a trickery, a TP out. They're denied by Faith Beyond with the call and a culling blade to cut off his head. Carl slowed down, another orb, another face shift, but the call comes first. A double kill for Faith Beyond and LGD. It's going to be their Roshan to tame.
The initiation of PSG LGD is actually just dying of taking spells because they have more sustained damage in the fight because their Spectre is just so large. Oh my, he's so tanky. 4,000 health. Ame all of a sudden is a beast. And the other cool thing they've got going for them is that you have the Trickster Cloak on the Lesh too, so that's more evasion. So now, unfortunately for 23 Savage, he's got it queued, but that MKB is kind of neat.
Oh, the splitter on the tree! He just tried to hop away, but instead he's caught and very likely killed. Won't be able to do anything. The Lotus Orb on the Earth Spike is going to be able to catch Whitemon as well. 2 pickoffs, and PSG LGD, maybe now it's time to threaten for that high ground. Carl is jumping around, trying to do what he can, but there's just no opening on these supports for him to get a pickoff.
I can expect 23 Savage, he is ready to buy back if needed.
Yep.
Will you let one Rax go is the question.
The Glyph and Living Armor combo will only last so long, and it'll only do so much against the level 25 Leshrac. They're going to go now. Oh, the Abyssal Blade! Manta Abyssal Blade stops Cuckoo's initiation, and you can see Ame is going to wait it out until Cuckoo dies, but Cuckoo looking to retreat. Faith Beyond, 4-staffed out. Both of these offlaners managed to survive, but now the Wukong's command going to be able to surround the Leshrac as best as possible, looking to be able to get away. He can't go anywhere. The Doom now being used to make sure the Leshrac does die. Cuckoo wanted to make sure he wasn't a threat anymore. The Enchantress, 23 Savage, gonna hop on him. LGD doing a very good job of disengaging, but T1 do manage to hold their high ground. They do manage to hold their base.
It was pretty quick.
If they could get an Aghanim Scepter for the Monkey King, that would be super sick.
Did you give it to him or the puck?
Oh, yeah. Hard to say.
PSG, they're coming. They still have buyback on Lesh if they want to use it.
They do. Jumping forward, puck, trying to catch, and they do have with this coil, with the illusions from the Monkey King. Where did those come from? An illusion rune pays off later on. Faith Beyond, that's a kill. PSG LGD are certainly giving up this Roshan now. A buyback now, but Roshan's already dead. Well, what? What was the buyback for? Well, no. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Interesting.
Southeast Asia, please. NA and SA already got clowned on for this. Don't leave the Chiefs in the pit too.
Oh no. Maybe there's an issue here with him giving too much. Who did they give the Aghanims to?
Puck, you are correct.
Yeah, it's too good, right? It's the BKB break. It's just too strong. It also lasts longer. So all of a sudden, a coil means the Wukong's is free.
Jumping. 23 Savage with his quick reactions is turning around. Faith Beyond is just dead. Dead for 2 minutes. In fact, 23 Savage activated the BKB. Now the Doom putting on to nothing to say with a finger of death. They want this Leshrac dead, and they've got him dead with a beautiful overgrowth on 3. A gigantic Wukong's command. PSG LGD in hell right now as T1 members all around. Ame gets out of the pit, gets out of the Wukong's command. But T1's not done just yet. They still want this kill. Managed to get the stun off. Cuckoo, he's looking to be able to dodge. 4-staffed away. He's living right now. Oh, even the Skywrath Mage Ultimate's not going to be able to land. But they do need to be able to help out 23 Savage here on the second life. He's outputting an okay amount of damage, but not enough to be able to kill Ame. They've got to go back in. They've got to help him. He jumps in to try and save 23 Savage's life. The splitter, the precasted stun, it's going up and down. They turn around, throw out a boundless strike. He's looking to be able to get out of that AoE. The damage is raining in, nothing to say. No buyback on him, and he's dead as well. Coil on to 2. Ame is not here. The 2 supports have been abandoned by their carry, PSG LGD. It was a long one. They all in for it, and they lost it. T1 will clean up the Y Enchantress.
It is...
There's 3 heroes with no buyback for a minute and a half.
Yeah, and Beyond's dead for another 30 seconds. Wow, they just all in. Faith Beyond, the one person who can't die without buyback, he dies immediately. And then they got the dream combo, the puck coil.
Oh, now they found Ame. Okay, they're gonna buy back for this. Like Carl's like, guys, that's their only hero alive. All in on him. Cuckoo does what he can. Ame does manage to get at least a 1 kill. They bump him back up to the high ground to make sure they kill him. All right, Ame. I'm not sure if this was planned or not, but in some ways, he does have to keep T1 from just hitting his base because he's got no allies. Ooh, with only 2 heroes and 2 dooms, Cuckoo, he could straight up finish this game for T1.
Go straight for throw and play for the win. You've got Wukongs, you've got Double Doom. Like, these heroes will be deleted. Cuckoo is on the way. Walking up to mid lane.
Trying to slow things down. 23 Savage. The damage, it's making me a little nervous that it's not fast enough. They're going to jump in on 23 Savage. The call goes out. Haunt, Abyssal Blade, the call as well. But 23 Savage getting off the Wukong's command. Now he's got the armor. Now they're going to be able to break the coil on both of Faith Beyond as well as Ame. They're both dead. And that is going to be T1 with a roar from the bench. Taking game 2 against PSG LGD. The upper bracket finals. Thank God it's going the distance.
What a fight. What a game. What a team. This is first time I feel like we've seen PSG LGD tested in this manner. Nigma, they gave him a good showing.
Yep.
But this was hard fought. Exactly. They also swiped the Doom away. This securing, I think, the late game. We've talked about it at length now, but Aghanim's Doom deletes Spectre from the game. It also places an important or an increased emphasis on the Spectre buyback potential. Buybacks, hard countering Doom. Like a PSG LGD, they also covered it with the Wraith King.
All of a sudden, a surprise me. Oh, dear Cuckoo.
No.
He did not expect that Pop's Fairy Fire,
no.
but there was just too much damage. Y baits them into his entire team. Well played.
So far, T1 ahead in the laning phase. I think that's going to be necessary if they want to take this game. We haven't really tuned into top too much, but it is a Doom and a Nyx Assassin. Really not the greatest laner against a Spectre. And I will say 23 Savage has played pretty...
Oh, they need a spin. He needs to tank some hits somewhere. Okay, never mind. He's just going to run down Ame. An early death for the Wraith King. We said this lane, it's not going to be the easiest for the Wraith King.
The moment PSG LGD walked off the stage, they were huddled up around their coach, and he was not going off, didn't hear anger, but a lot of words. I don't know if there was perhaps some discussion about the mid lane, needing to give more help. Maybe it was just about their decision-making near the end game, but definitely going to be some tweaks to the PSG LGD team play based on how much I heard Zhao 8 direct and have nothing to say. Clicks the rune. It's the arcane.
Nice dodge there of the splitter. Throws out the coil, hoping to be able to keep the Leshrac away, but he won't be able to jump away far enough. He got greedy, went for the damage. Oh, nothing to say. You didn't need to do it to yourself like that.
Midas, you'll probably see him skip a lot of those build-ups. It's going to be all about the game-winning for that spell that he's faking right there.
He just keeping 23 Savage on his toes, you know? Seeing if maybe he could force some TPs. 23 Savage panics. Oh, he's dooming me. Help.
That was sick from Shinkyu. He was baiting the orb. He gets it on the Carapace.
Oh, managed to fake out, but they're going to be 2-man core. All the shenanigans and trying to fake out Carl. Carl's like, you know what? Screw you guys. I'm going to coil you, and my team's going to come in and try and kill you. Now the Doom is used onto this Axe. The Sunray looking to be able to burn out Carl. Hoping to dodge, phase shift away, but he got hit twice by Faith Beyond, and that's enough. Axe, he may be able to survive as the Doom is about to wear itself out. So Cuckoo on the offensive.
In these slower paced games, this is when Doom is just so scary. He's got a Midas recipe. It's going to be heading out to him momentarily. And Max Devour. He's generating 240 bonus gold every 70 seconds and plus the Midas. So he basically...
Carl trying to silence jump away. He's got the coil. Look at the break.
Whoa.
Nicely done. The spike carapace. He tried to phase shift it, but Shinkyu, as soon as the phase shift is down...
And, oh man, Ame, he's going to go for a Radiance. So I take back what I said. He's just saying, all right, well, we'll go late. Maybe that's what Zhao 8 was saying. Why make things so hard for us?
Put the pressure on T1 to make the moves. We want to secure the better late game. Maybe that's where the early Doom pickup is especially important. Shinkyu.
They don't have detection.
Oh dear.
BKB Doom 1445.
Oh dear.
How many ganks has he foiled?
Yeah.
That's his whole identity here. Even the double fluffy hat. If you want to kill me, it'll take some time.
Now it's going to be PSG LGD's turn to... Oh, he was trying to get off the winner's curse, and what a beauty it could have been. But the Yules goes off first. Mid-animation, nothing to say, catches him in the act.
I love it. The offensive glyph pressure and get the tier 2. Get the outpost, deny the XP.
Okay, the Winter Wyvern is back. So now T1 can try and take this team fight, but you can see PSG LGD are very, very spread. They're going to start the initiation by going on Ame with Cuckoo. See if they can burn him out. The Sunray's doing so much work. Oh, the Doom immediately on the puck, catches him before he can jump away to his orb. Now they've got a Supernova to be able to contend with. That's why 23 Savage jumps back to his original haunt positioning to be able to get out of dodge here. But Zephyr won't be as lucky. Even Whitemon may be caught as the impale from the Nyx Assassin catches him as well. 3 down, T1. They wanted to stop this tier 2 from being taken where, you know, they were going to be able to take the Axe Blink Dagger and start running a PSG LGD and get a nice timing there. That failed. What's the backup plan? It just comes down to execution. And in some ways, PSG LGD do have to make an error in grouping up a little bit too much.
Yeah, it's got to take a mistake from PSG LGD, and that's really what their lead is.
Oh, again! Oh, he's so... Okay, maybe they find the initiation anyway. They managed to catch the Doom, and they burned him out so quick. The Haunt, they're actually going to be able to deal with the Supernova as well. This is looking good for T1. Split Earth coming down, but the Cold Embrace is trying to be able to keep him alive. They actually managed to get the Winter's Curse on the left side with the Wraith King. Where's the follow-up call? Well, it's not going to be there quite yet. T1.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear. No. He actually ran into that spike. There's the call on the two of them. Cuckoo, manly as hell, goes back and gives up his life to be able to make sure that 23 Savage is going to make it out alive. They also kill the Aegis on Nothing to Say. 4-man smoke over, 5-man actually, as they move through the T1 triangle. PSG LGD are going to start making their way back through the lane. Look at the way they drew down this. And they're going to run to the sides, I believe, to see if they can find anybody on the side of the map. Q, is he going to be able to find Carl? Throws out. Oh, the impale lands, and they catch the puck. They finally managed to deal with this annoying split-pushing puck. They identified that Carl was a big problem, particularly for Nothing to Say in Game 2, and they addressed it both with the Nyx and, in a way, the Doom.
I feel like Y is just constantly he's like the chill vibes player on the team, you know? Oh, yeah. Sometimes he's stacking camps, now he's checking objectives, now he's in trouble.
They're going to be able to get the call out now. Yeah. T1 immediately surrounded by the Eon Disc. Does allow Nothing to Say to be able to reset here. The Supernova is going to go down, and 23 Savage immediately jumps away. They're jumping onto the Warlock right now, and they should be able to chain stun him pretty easily. I think T1 are kind of giving up with this fight. Oh, the Lincoln's block. They managed to take away the Doom, but the Eon Disc again protecting these cores. As soon as T1 thinks they've got a target in hand, another refresher, another Eon Disc, but Cuckoo is going to be left behind. T1 once again have to retreat. These Eon Discs, they see an opportunity to jump a hero, but every single time they are denied a kill by this item.
It is so broken, Cap. Oh, but that's just, what do? They're just straight up into the racks. Like, it was a great fight start from T1. Like, they would have had a kill on Lesh.
Yeah.
But, yeah, on this.
Yeah. Yeah, like, eventually a nullifier out from the Spectre, but obviously he's not having a good enough game to just be grabbing items willy-nilly whenever we suggest it. Roshan will fall here. I thought maybe he would make the jump.
He opened the slot. He thought about it. It's so, like, talk about game planning, right? T1, they made a pretty good couple of engagements. Oh no.
Cuckoo is going to be found. The rest of T1 is on their way. The man to dodge doesn't actually land here. The Golem's going to go out, but Cuckoo's still dead. Whitemon not going to be able to get out with that Force Staff. And now the Yule Scepter is going to make sure that Zephyr is going to have a hard time getting away too. Ame greets him with a punch to the face. 28,000 net worth lead now.
The supports are just playing way in the back. Aegis is up. You're 30,000 gold behind. Hats off to getting us here to a Game 3. Not every team has been capable of doing so against PSG LGD.
Yep.
Indeed, and it would leave T1 with one extra life to try their best to potentially be the only playoff team to beat a group stage team. We still have not seen that.
Yeah.
A direct playoff team yet to win the series.
Oh, that impale was actually kind of close, but because of the Shard of the Doom, he keeps Carl controlled up pretty well. The Witcher's Curse can allow him to reset, but Kuku in the back lines, he's trying to deal with Ame right now, slowing him down with the Battle Hunger. That last shot is not going to be good enough. They healed him up with the Cold Embrace. Supernova on in deep. 23 Savage. Oh no, he doesn't have buyback either. I was gonna say he's gonna have to use a second life to try and hold against this assault from PSG LGD. Now the jump in, Mante immediately popped, but the damage is just measly. It's Peasley. It doesn't do anything. They can't do anything. T1, they realize that too, and they're gonna call it quits here. PSG LGD will be the first team heading to the grand finals of Kyiv Major.
I will say T1, they held their own.
Yeah.
It was a 2-1 series, not a walkover for PSG LGD by any account. However, to beat this team in this tournament, you've got to bring it. All phases, your item decisions, your rotations, your movements, most importantly, your drafting, your tactics.